Betty Shabazz, the mother of 6 daughters, raising them all on her own after her husband was brutally assassinated, also earned her Ph.D. and ran a major department of Medgar Evers College. I believe Betty Shabazz can help us all remember how important it is to help others and to always be kind. While researching Betty Shabazz, I found many scholarly sources that detail the life and success of not only her, but her husband Malcolm X. Betty Shabazz was the devoted wife of Malcolm X. She carried on his legacy once he was assassinated, while still raising their 6 children and becoming successful all on her own. During this presentation, I plan to discuss Betty Shabazz's life and her accomplishments, how she carried on the legacy of her deceased husband while leaving one for herself. Betty Shabazz helped carry on the legacy from one of the most famous human rights activists, her husband Malcolm X. They were married in 1958. Malcolm X was a human rights activist for the Nation of Islam. His speeches challenged the white community and encouraged the African American community to cast off the shackles of racism by any means necessary. Malcolm X was assassinated in 1965. In the early 70s, Betty began giving lectures to the public focusing on African American condition. Her speeches never challenged the white community like her husband's speeches. She focused more on education and human rights for women and children. Betty Shabazz faced many struggles and heartaches in her life, but these struggles only helped her become stronger and able to carry on the legacy of her husband. Although Betty Shabazz was left alone to be a single mom, she found time to become successful and make a better life for herself. Some would say that she was so successful because of the love and respect she had for herself. A quote by Betty Shabazz: "Love yourself, appreciate yourself, see the good in you, and respect yourself." Betty raised 6 daughters all on her own after her husband Malcolm was assassinated. In 1970, Betty earned her master's degree, followed by earning her doctorate degree. She earned her master's in public health administration from Jersey State College, then earned her doctorate in education at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. A quote by Betty Shabazz: "We can say peace on earth. We can sing about it, preach about it, and pray about it. But if we have not internalized the mythology to make it happen inside us, then it will not be." In 1976, Betty Shabazz joined the staff of Medgar Evers College, where she eventually became Director of Public Relations. When she first joined Medgar Evers College, she taught health science and worked her way up to that director position. A quote by Betty Shabazz: "I wish you power that equals your intelligence and your strength. I wish you success that equals your talent and determination. And I wish you faith." We now see Betty was able to carry on the name for her husband and also leave one for herself. Betty Shabazz faced many struggles throughout her life, but those struggles allowed her to become stronger and more successful and help leave the legacy that we still see today. Betty Shabazz was the devoted wife of Malcolm X. She carried on his legacy once he was assassinated while still raising their 6 children and becoming successful all on her own. I think Betty Shabazz can help us all remember that we all face struggles in life, but the important thing is to always help others and to always do what's best for yourself.